When glamorous fashion blogger Maya lands in Bali to cover a sustainable fashion campaign, her perfectly curated world is shaken up by an unexpected encounter with Dian, a talented, humble shoemaker whose craft and authenticity challenge everything she thought she knew about success and love. As sparks fly between the city girl and the artisan, Maya finds herself torn between her comfortable life with her fiancé and the raw, unfiltered connection she shares with Dian. Set against the lush, vibrant backdrop of Bali, A Perfect Fit is a heartwarming tale of self-discovery, breaking free from expectations, and finding love where you least expect it, step by imperfect step. Maya, played by Nadia Arena, steps off the plane in Bali, sunglasses on, camera ready. A rising star in the world of fashion blogging, she's been invited to cover a prestigious sustainable fashion week sponsored by luxury eco-friendly brands. Her Instagram is buzzing, every story, post, and reel is curated perfection. Her followers adore her vibrant travel looks and #eco-chic tips. As she's whisked away in a private car to her beachfront resort, she does a live vlog, giving her followers a tour of the lush scenery and teasing the most fabulous sustainable looks of the year. Her driver, a quiet older Balinese man, glances at her through the rearview mirror, bemused by her non-stop talking to a phone. At the hotel, a 5-star eco-resort in Seminyak, Maya is greeted with champagne and a curated welcome gift, organic skincare, handmade jewelry, and an itinerary packed with fashion events. She poses in front of her suite's infinity pool, flipping her hair for the perfect boomerang shot. Her assistant, Lena, video calls from Jakarta, going over brand deliverables and reminding Maya about her engagement shoot with her fiancé, Jason, scheduled next week in Singapore. Maya dismisses the topic, focused instead on her latest unboxing. She's surrounded by high-end luggage, carefully folded linen dresses, statement heels, and camera gear. Her life appears flawless to the outside world, an endless carousel of beauty, brand deals, and curated bliss. But as night falls and the filters are off, Maya lies in bed scrolling through social media. She sees another influencer announcing a high-profile brand collaboration. She frowns slightly, then sighs. The smile fades. For a brief moment, she looks tired. Before she sleeps, she sets tomorrow's schedule: 8 a.m., yoga on the beach 10 a.m., eco-fashion brunch 1 p.m., designer fitting 3 p.m., content shoot in Ubud. She closes her eyes and whispers, "Just another perfect day in paradise." Little does she know, everything is about to change, starting with a broken heel. The next morning, Maya wakes up to a perfect Bali sunrise. Dressed in a flowing linen jumpsuit, oversized hat, and vintage sunglasses, she heads to Ubud for a special photo shoot at a terraced rice field. Her phone is glued to her hand, switching between navigation, messages from Lena, and outfit selfies. As she steps out of the car near the shoot location, disaster strikes. Her left designer heel snaps clean off. Maya freezes, staring at the broken heel in horror. No, no, no. These are custom Livia Marant, she mutters, crouching to inspect the damage. Her stylist isn't due to arrive for another hour, and the photographer is already texting, asking where she is. Tourists pass by with curiosity as she tries to hobble toward the shoot site. Maya curses quietly, frustration mounting. The road is uneven, cobbled, and dusty, not ideal terrain for stilettos. In desperation, she looks around and spots a narrow alley with a wooden sign hanging slightly crooked that reads, "Sepeda Dian, handmade shoes and repairs." With no other choice, she limps into the alley and finds a small, tucked-away workshop. It smells of leather and sawdust, filled with soft lighting and neatly organized tools. Wooden sandals, intricately designed, are displayed on shelves. Behind a workbench sits Dian, played by Reeful Hattie, sleeves rolled up, carefully stitching leather onto a sandal sole. His hands move with precision, his eyes focused. He doesn't look up at first, immersed in his work. "Hi." "Sorry to barge in," Maya calls out, waving her broken heel like an emergency flare. "Do you fix heels? Please say yes." Dian glances up, calm and mildly amused. "Let me see it," he says, setting down his tools. Maya steps forward awkwardly, her one remaining heel making her lopsided. She hands the shoe over, still flustered. "It's an emergency. I have a photo shoot in, like, 10 minutes. It's for a sustainability campaign, but irony loves me." Dian examines the shoe. "Designer, huh? Poor construction," he murmurs. Maya gasps. "Excuse me? These are limited edition." "Still poor construction," he replies with a small smile, heading to the back. Maya watches, slightly offended, but intrigued. There's a quiet confidence to him, nothing flashy, so unlike the people she's used to. In just a few minutes, Dian reappears with her heel reattached, reinforced, and polished. Maya is stunned. "Wait, seriously? You fixed it already?" He hands it to her gently. "Try walking." She puts the heel back on and takes a few steps. It's sturdier than before. She turns to him, impressed despite herself. "Okay, wow. That was kind of amazing." "No charge," he says, returning to his workbench. "What?" "No, let me at least tag your shop." "I'm Maya Putri," she adds, expecting recognition. But Dian shrugs. "I don't really use social media. Not my thing." Maya blinks. "That's rare." Before leaving, she snaps a picture of the workshop's interior and a close-up of a sandal on the shelf. "For my followers. Trust me, they'll love this place." Dian doesn't react much, simply nods. As she walks out, Maya glances back. He's already working again, like she never entered. Back on the road, her phone buzzes with a message from Lena. "Where are you?" "You're late." Maya smirks and types back, "Don't worry. I found something unexpected." And for the first time on this trip, her smile isn't just for the camera. Maya returns to her resort after the shoot, still thinking about the quiet shoemaker in the tucked-away workshop. She scrolls through the photos she took, glamour shots of designer bags, brunch spreads, and then Dian's sandals. Handmade, rustic, beautifully detailed. Without much thought, she posts a picture of the sandals on her Instagram story with a caption. "Found this little gem in Ubud today. Handcrafted shoes that put some big brands to shame. #support local #sustainable fashion." To her surprise, the post gets hundreds of DMs and reposts within the hour. Comments flood in. "Where is this place? I need these sandals. This is real craftsmanship. That detail is insane. Link please." Finally, a break from the sponsored stuff. Meanwhile, in his workshop, Dian, Reeful Hattie, works late into the evening. He doesn't know he's become an overnight sensation, until a customer shows up the next morning asking if he's the guy from the influencer's Insta. The next day, Maya drops by again, curious to see if Dian's noticed the buzz. She walks in holding an iced matcha and her camera bag, giving him a sly smile. "So, made anyone famous lately?" Dian glances up, already expecting her. You again. She sets down her drink. You're welcome, by the way. My followers are obsessed with your work. He raises an eyebrow. They're obsessed with shoes, not me. That's the same thing, she counters, amused. As she explores more of his workshop, Maya's usual polished facade softens. She genuinely admires the worn tools, the smell of leather, and how every shoe in the place seems like a labor of love. She picks up a half-finished sandal. You make these all by hand? Dian nods, still working. Started when I was a kid. My father was a shoemaker. I kept the workshop after he passed. Maya grows quiet for a moment. I didn't expect that. You expected a glue gun and a fast fashion factory, he teases. She laughs, a real laugh this time. Touché. Their conversation flows easily now. She teases him for being a dusty old soul, while he calls her a walking ad. But beneath the playful jabs is growing mutual intrigue. There's something refreshing about being around someone who doesn't care about online validation, and something magnetic about Maya's energy, even when she's complaining about humidity and frizz. Before leaving, she asks if she can profile him for her blog. People need to know your story. Dian shrugs. People just need shoes that last. You're impossible, Maya says, both annoyed and entertained. You're dramatic, Dian replies. They lock eyes and smirk. The tension lingers, unspoken but palpable. As Maya walks away, she feels oddly giddy. For once, the most exciting part of her trip isn't something she planned or posted. And back in the workshop, Dian watches her leave, shaking his head with a reluctant smile. Back at her resort, Maya lounges by the infinity pool, basking in the success of her recent post. Her phone won't stop buzzing, notifications, emails, brand mentions, and even a DM from a global eco-fashion magazine asking for more details about the artisan shoemaker in Ubud. Lena, her manager back in Jakarta, calls her in excitement. You started something, Maya. That post? It's exploded. You might have just launched a trend. Maya smiles proudly. All in a day's work. But miles away, Diane's workshop is chaos. For the first time in years, the quiet, dusty shop is swamped. People stop by with screenshots of Maya's post. Others email or message on WhatsApp, orders from Jakarta, Singapore, even Australia. Dian is flustered, not used to this level of attention. He tries to keep up, cutting leather, shaping soles, but the demand is overwhelming. His cousin and occasional helper, Bayu, jokes, Bro, are you secretly famous now? No, Dian grunts. But someone made me a hashtag. That evening, Dian closes the shop early and sends Maya a message through Instagram, a first for him. Can we talk? Tomorrow? At the workshop. The next day, Maya shows up, wearing an effortless white dress and oversized sunglasses. She expects gratitude, a thank you, maybe even a discount code named after her. Instead, Dian greets her with a calm but serious look. Come in. I made coffee. She takes a seat, flattered but also suspicious. Wow. We're doing hospitality now. He slides over a mug. Strong. Like your opinions. She smirks but sips. So, you're welcome. Your shop's a hit. I noticed, he says dryly, then looks her straight in the eye. But I need to ask, why did you post it? Was it just content? Or did you actually care about what I do? Maya is stunned. She wasn't expecting this. Wow. That's direct. He folds his arms. I'm not ungrateful. I just want to know if this is a trend to you. Because for me, this is my life. My work. My father's legacy. His words hit her deeper than she expected. She sets the mug down, thinking. At first, yeah, it was just a cool find. A good story. But when I saw how people responded, how real it felt compared to everything else I post, I realized it meant something. Dian listens, still watching her closely. It's not just about orders. I'm not a factory. I make maybe 4 pairs a week. I can't fulfill 300 requests from influencers asking for freebies. I never said you should, she replies, her voice softer now. I think people just want something real. A silence settles between them. The tension isn't hostile, it's thoughtful. Real. I guess I should have asked first, Maya admits. Dian nods. I guess I should say thank you. She smiles. You just did. Kind of. He chuckles, finally loosening up. Kind of. They spend the rest of the afternoon going through the messages and orders. Maya offers to help organize, suggesting he create a waitlist system and a basic website. She pulls out her laptop, sits across from him, and starts typing. Dian watches her, amused. You know you're on vacation, right? She glances up. You're ruining my spa schedule. Be grateful. Their eyes meet again, and something unspoken flickers between them. Not business. Not content. Something else. It's golden hour in Bali. The sun casts a warm glow across Maya's hotel balcony as she wraps up a video call with a luxury skincare brand. She's glowing, but it's not just the product. It's something else. Something new. She turns to head back inside when she hears a familiar voice from behind, still chasing the light. Huh? She spins around, and there he is. Jason, played by Georgino Abraham, stands in a crisp, perfectly tailored linen shirt, holding a bouquet of tropical flowers and his ever-confident smile. Maya blinks in disbelief. Jason? What are you doing here? He steps forward and kisses her cheek. Surprising my future wife. Missed you. She accepts the embrace, still stunned. But I thought you had that finance summit in Kuala Lumpur? I did. Canceled my last day. Figured I'd sweep you off your feet and take you to Singapore early. He flashes his signature grin. Come on, let's turn this work trip into a mini honeymoon. Maya forces a smile, touched by the gesture but suddenly tense. That's sweet. Jason steps into her suite, noting the organized chaos, camera gear, leather samples, a half-built website on her laptop. Wow. You really are working. She shrugs. It's been more interesting than I thought. He picks up a pair of handmade sandals resting by her bed. These yours? Kind of rustic, aren't they? Maya takes them gently from his hands. They're beautiful. And handmade. From a local artisan I met. Jason chuckles. Cute. So, you're saving the world one shoe at a time now? His comment lands awkwardly. Maya brushes it off. Something like that. Over dinner at a posh clifftop restaurant, Jason talks non-stop about his recent client win, new developments in his Singapore office, and their upcoming engagement party plans. He gestures with confidence, drinks the expensive wine like water, and speaks with the certainty of someone who's used to being in control. Maya listens, smiling politely, but her mind drifts to Abad, to the sound of Dian's tools against leather, to the quiet sincerity in his eyes, to how he listened. Jason reaches across the table, holding her hand. Let's leave this place behind. You've done enough. Come to Singapore with me. We can fly out tomorrow. She hesitates. Tomorrow? He nods. You don't need this heat and humidity. You belong in air-conditioned boardrooms and sky-high views. With me. Maya looks out over the ocean. The stars are starting to appear. Everything should feel perfect, but inside, something feels off-kilter. Jason leans in. We've always been the perfect fit, right? She smiles faintly, repeating his words, right. But as she watches the waves crash below, Maya feels it for the first time. She's not so sure anymore. The next morning, Maya shows up at Dian's workshop, sunlight pouring in through the woven bamboo roof. She's dressed down for once, still stylish, but simpler, freer. Dian looks up from a half-finished sandal, mildly surprised. Didn't think I'd see you again so soon. Figured the fiancé would sweep you off to a rooftop somewhere. She laughs lightly. He tried. I needed air. And I have a new idea for the shoot. She sets down her sketchbook, flipping it open to a rough concept, a minimalist sandal with hand-stitched accents, inspired by traditional Balinese patterns. Think you can make these? She asks. Dian studies the drawing, impressed. You drew this? She shrugs. Sort of. I sketched, my assistant cleaned it up. But the idea's mine. He nods, a slow smile forming. Okay. Let's make them. Together. What begins as a simple commission becomes something more intimate. They spend the next few days together in the workshop, sketching, cutting, stitching. Maya rolls up her sleeves, learning how to shape leather, how to feel for texture and grain. Her manicured nails are soon scuffed, and she doesn't even mind. One afternoon, as she struggles with threading a strap, Dian watches her, amused. You know, for someone with 1 million followers, you're pretty clumsy. She mock glares at him. For someone who works with shoes all day, you talk too much. They both burst out laughing. Dian takes her beyond the workshop too, into the real Bali. He guides her through rice terraces at sunrise, where the mist floats like silk across the emerald fields. He introduces her to his grandmother, who serves them banana leaf-wrapped snacks and jokes that Maya is too pretty to be good with her hands. They ride his motorbike to a cliffside temple where the ocean crashes below like a drumbeat. There, she takes no selfies, just sits beside him, quietly watching the waves. You show tourists this side of Bali? She asks. He shakes his head. No. Just you. That night, over street food and a shared coconut, Maya opens up. She tells him about the pressure to be on all the time, about the loneliness that comes with perfectly curated photos, and how sometimes she feels like a product instead of a person. Dian listens without judgment, offering no advice. Just presence. Maybe you're finally showing your real face, he says. She looks at him, suddenly vulnerable. Do you like it? His eyes don't flinch. I do. The silence between them is charged, soft, honest. And as they walk back under Bali's starlit sky, shoulder to shoulder, something begins to shift, not just her shoes. Her heart. Jason lounges by the pool at the resort, sipping his imported espresso and scrolling through his phone. His brow furrows as he looks at Maya's latest post, not the typical glossy fashion spread, but a photo of a leather sandal resting on a workbench, captioned, "Sometimes the beauty is in the story behind the stitches." He double taps, but something doesn't sit right. This isn't the Maya he knows, the Maya who planned her outfits weeks in advance, the Maya who knew the angles, the filters, the hashtags. He texts her, "Lunch? Or are you still playing Cobbler's Apprentice?" No reply. Meanwhile, Maya is at Dian's workshop, barefoot, laughing as she tries on the first finished pair of their collaborative design. The sandals fit perfectly. "These are incredible," she breathes. Dian just grins. "Told you I know feet." They both laugh. Later, Maya returns to the hotel, flushed and glowing, not from the tropical sun, but from the joy of the day. Jason is waiting in the lounge, looking sharp, but his smile doesn't quite reach his eyes. "Long day?" he asks casually. "Yeah," she replies, still distracted. He studies her. "With him again?" She stiffens. "I was working. It's for the campaign." Jason leans in, his voice lower. "Maya, you're an influencer. Not a field artisan. Since when do you design shoes? Since when do you not answer your phone?" Her voice tightens. "Since I started doing things that actually matter to me." That catches him off guard. "You matter to me," he says, reaching for her hand. "You're Maya Taylor. You don't belong in back alley workshops." She pulls her hand back gently. "Maybe I don't belong in marble towers either." Jason blinks. "Where's this coming from?" "We have a life, Maya. A plan. Singapore. Penthouse. Brand deals. You said yes." She looks away. "I did. But now, I'm not sure I knew what I was saying yes to." That night, she lies awake in her hotel bed, scrolling through her old posts, thousands of polished images that suddenly feel like someone else's scrapbook. She clicks on the photo of her and Jason at their engagement party. They're smiling, dressed in designer wear, surrounded by the elite. Then she switches to a candid photo of Dian, taken without him noticing, focused, serene, in his workshop with soft morning light behind him. Two very different lives. Two very different versions of her. And for the first time, she's starting to realize which one feels real. It's late evening when Dian pulls up on his motorbike in front of Maya's hotel, holding out an extra helmet. "Come on. I want to show you something." Maya hesitates for a moment, heels swapped for flat sandals, hair loosely tied back, but then smiles and hops on behind him. They ride through winding roads flanked by dense jungle, the city lights falling behind them. The hum of the engine is the only sound until they reach the top of a secluded mountaintop outlook. The night sky opens up above them, endless and studded with stars. Dian lays out a woven mat and pulls out a thermos. Ginger tea. "My mom says it calms racing thoughts." Maya chuckles, accepting a cup. "Then I should have met her years ago." They sit side by side, silence stretching comfortably between them, until Maya finally speaks. "Do you ever feel like, if people saw the real you, they wouldn't stay?" Dian turns to her, curious. She looks away. I mean, not the polished version. Not the selfies, the campaigns, the witty captions. Just me. The awkward, overthinking, messy me. He's quiet for a moment, then softly replies, I think the real you is the one sitting here. The one who got her hands dirty stitching sandals. The one who didn't post a single photo tonight. What if I don't like that version of me yet? Dian shrugs. That's okay. I think she's worth getting to know. The silence between them thickens, charged, warm, intimate. Their eyes meet under the stars, the space between them narrowing. Maya leans in just slightly, her breath catching. Then, a sudden drop of rain hits her nose. They both look up, a light drizzle at first, then a quick, dramatic downpour. They scramble to grab their things, laughing as they run for cover under a nearby tree. Maya's hair is soaked, her makeup long gone, but she's grinning wider than she has in months. Well, there goes the glamorous moment, she jokes. Dian smiles at her, drenched too. I don't know. I think it was kind of perfect. They stand there, breathless, close, but neither makes a move. Not yet. The rain falls harder, washing away pretenses, and in that moment, Maya feels more like herself than ever before. Back at the resort, Jason waits in the suite with a chilled bottle of wine and a meticulously prepared charcuterie board. He's scrolling through social media when he comes across a tagged photo, Maya, smiling, unfiltered, rain-soaked, barefoot, standing beside Dian outside his workshop. Jason's jaw tightens. The door opens. Maya walks in, damp and flushed from the ride. Her expression drops when she sees him waiting, tension heavy in the air. You've been out all night, Jason says quietly. I lost track of time, Maya replies, trying to sound breezy. We were working. Jason stands. Don't insult me, Maya. She freezes. I saw the pictures. The way you're looking at him, he says, voice low. Do you even remember we're engaged? Of course I do, Maya snaps, but her voice falters. Jason walks closer, searching her eyes. Do you love him? Maya opens her mouth to deny it, but nothing comes out. She finally exhales. I don't know. Jason turns away, shaking his head. Unbelievable. You have everything. A future. A partner. We've built a life plan, and you're ready to throw it away for a guy who makes shoes in a shack. That word, shack, stings. Don't call it that, she says, her voice hardening. It's a workshop. He's an artist. Jason looks at her like he doesn't recognize her. What's happening to you? Maya walks to the mirror. She sees herself, not the polished influencer, not the smiling fiancé, just a woman who doesn't recognize the glossy mask she's worn for years. I don't know, she whispers. But maybe that's the problem. I don't know who I am without us. Without this life we curated for other people. Jason's voice softens, a hint of desperation. Then let's go back. To Singapore. To the life that makes sense. Maya meets his eyes. Maybe it only ever made sense on paper. A long silence stretches between them. He finally walks to the door, stops. Figure out what you want, Maya. But don't wait too long. That perfect little world you're chasing, it won't wait forever. He leaves, the door closing behind him like the final punctuation of a chapter. Maya sinks into the couch, trembling. Her phone buzzes, a new comment on her latest post. "You look so happy lately." What changed? She stares at the screen. Everything. The morning sun filters through the bamboo blinds of Dian's workshop as he nervously fidgets with a pair of polished leather shoes. A formal invitation from a prominent Bali fashion exhibit rests on the table, a direct result of Maya's viral blog post. "I don't know if I'm ready for this," Dian admits, eyes scanning the invitation again. "My shoes have always been made in quiet corners, not in fancy galleries." Maya smiles warmly, holding up a pair of his sandals. "That's exactly why you belong there. You bring soul to every stitch. The world needs to see that." Dian shrugs, hesitant but trusting her. Over the next few days, their roles reverse. Maya becomes the stylist, helping Dian pick outfits that reflect his humble but authentic style: linen shirts, tailored pants, and handmade accessories. She coaches him on how to speak confidently about his work, transforming him from a shy craftsman into a poised artist ready to step into the spotlight. Their chemistry is undeniable. Small touches linger, a brush of hands while adjusting a collar, lingering glances exchanged as they rehearse his presentation. But the shadow of Maya's engagement to Jason still hovers between them, unspoken but palpable. At the exhibit, Dian's shoes steal the show. Guests admire the intricate designs, the natural materials, and the story behind each pair. Maya stands proudly beside him, snapping candid photos for her blog. As Dian accepts congratulations from a renowned designer, he catches Maya's eye. She smiles, equal parts admiration and something deeper later. Alone backstage, Dian reaches for Maya's hand. "This night is perfect," he says quietly. Maya hesitates, the weight of her engagement heavy in her heart. "It is. You deserve to be here too," Dian adds softly. "Maybe someday," Maya replies, bittersweet. Their fingers brush, a spark igniting, but Maya pulls back gently. "Not yet," she whispers. The night ends with applause and accolades, but Maya walks away feeling more conflicted than ever, caught between the life she's supposed to want and the one she's beginning to crave. The exhibit buzzes with energy. Cameras flash as Dian's handcrafted shoes take center stage. Fashion bloggers and influencers swarm around, eager to hear the story behind the artistry. Dian stands confidently, explaining the details with quiet passion, a side of him Maya has only recently seen. Suddenly, a sharp voice cuts through the crowd. Well, Maya. Fancy seeing you here." Jason steps into view, impeccably dressed, his smile sharp but forced. His eyes lock onto Maya and Dian standing close, sharing a laugh over something Dian just said. Jason's presence shifts the atmosphere instantly. The crowd senses tension. "I didn't realize you'd be showing off your little side project," Jason says, voice low but pointed. Maya's heart races. She knows Jason isn't here just to make small talk. As Dian looks between them, confused but calm, Jason turns to the assembled crowd, photographers already snapping away. "Maya," Jason announces loudly, "since we're all here, will you marry me, right here, right now?" Gasps ripple through the room. Cameras zoom in on Maya, caught off guard, frozen in place. A spotlight shines on her as Jason drops to one knee, holding out a ring. Maya forces a smile, a practiced expression perfected for public moments like this. But inside, her chest tightens, and her mind spirals. She glances at Dian, his face unreadable but his eyes quietly imploring her to be honest with herself. The flashbulbs explode, capturing the moment. Jason's voice is steady but laced with an edge. Say yes, Maya. Make this official, for the world to see. Maya's smile remains, but behind it, the ache of confusion and longing deepens. Later, away from the cameras, Dian approaches softly. Do you want this? Maya looks at him, torn. I don't know anymore. The night's glamour fades, leaving Maya to face the impossible choice between a life planned for her and a future she's only beginning to imagine. The night air outside the exhibit feels suffocating, heavy with flashing cameras and whispered gossip. Maya slips away unnoticed, heart pounding, heels clicking faster as she navigates the crowded streets of Ubud. The polished world of fame and expectation feels miles away as she follows the narrow path leading toward the beach. By the shoreline, the ocean stretches endlessly, waves softly crashing under the moonlight. Maya drops her bag and sinks to the sand, tears spilling freely as the weight of everything crashes down. The perfect image, the engagement, the viral posts, they all blur into a dizzying mess of doubt and fear. Suddenly, a familiar shadow appears beside her. Dian's presence is calm and steady, a stark contrast to the chaos inside her mind. Without a word, he sits close, letting the silence fill the space between them. Maya finally breaks, voice trembling. I don't know what love is anymore. All my life I thought I did. I thought I knew what it was supposed to look like. But now, I feel lost. Dian reaches out, gently brushing a strand of hair from her face. Maybe love isn't what we think it is. Maybe it's not grand gestures or perfect moments. He takes her hand, squeezing it softly. Maybe love is just being seen, truly seen. Not for the image you show the world, but for who you really are. Maya looks up at him, the moonlight reflecting in her eyes. For the first time in a long time, she feels safe, not as a blogger, not as a fiancé, but just as herself. They sit together in quiet understanding, the ocean's rhythm matching the tentative hope growing between them. The morning after the ocean night, Maya's phone buzzes incessantly. It's Jason. She knows what this call will bring: pressure, demands, ultimatums. With a deep breath, she answers. Maya, where are you? You missed the brunch. We need to talk, now. She meets him at a quiet cafe in Seminyak. Jason's expression is serious, his charm replaced by an edge of impatience. Listen, this Bali trip was a nice break, but it's time to come back. You need to marry me, Maya. Commit to the life we planned. Otherwise, you lose everything: your brand, your future, me. Maya's eyes flash with determination. Jason, you love the idea of me. The perfect fiancé, the influencer with the right image. She leans in, voice steady. But I don't think you've ever asked what I really want. Jason scoffs. What are you talking about? I'm not just some accessory in your life, Maya says firmly. I'm more than Instagram likes and brand deals. I want to live a life that's real, not just scripted for the cameras. Jason's jaw tightens. So you're choosing some local shoemaker over me? Maya stands her ground. I'm choosing myself. If that means breaking the mold you've set for me, then so be it. Jason's eyes darken. You're making a mistake. Maya doesn't flinch. Maybe. But at least it'll be mine. She walks away, leaving Jason staring after her, the tension between them breaking like shattered glass. Maya feels a newfound strength rising inside her, ready to face whatever comes next, on her own terms. Maya meets Jason one last time, this time under no pretenses and without the crowd of admirers or flashing cameras. They sit across from each other in a quiet Balinese cafe, the atmosphere heavy with unspoken words. Taking a steadying breath, Maya breaks the silence. "Jason, this engagement isn't working. I can't pretend anymore, not for you, not for me. I need to be true to who I am." Jason's face tightens with pain but also a reluctant understanding. "I wanted us to have a future, Maya. I thought this was it." "I wanted that too," she replies softly. "But I've realized it can't be on someone else's terms. It has to be mine." He nods slowly, swallowing his hurt. "I won't stand in your way. If this is what you really want." "Thank you," Maya says, voice trembling. "I hope you find someone who loves the idea of you, and who you love in return." Jason stands, hesitating before he walks away, leaving Maya with a strange mix of guilt and relief. For the first time in months, Maya is alone, no scripted posts, no staged smiles. The weight lifts from her shoulders as she begins to rediscover herself beyond the curated life she'd built. She takes long walks through Ubud's lush rice fields, tries her hand at traditional crafts, and watches the sunrise with no agenda but to be present. "I'm not Maya the blogger," she whispers to the morning breeze. "I'm just Maya." In this quiet space of self-discovery, new possibilities begin to bloom. The morning sun filters through the wooden shutters of Dian's small workshop in Ubud. The scent of fresh leather and sawdust fills the air. Maya steps inside, a genuine smile lighting up her face, not for a photo, but because she feels at home. Dian looks up from his workbench, surprised but pleased to see her. "You're back." "I am," Maya replies softly. "And this time, it's not for likes or shares. I want to help." Together, they dive into the rhythm of the workshop. Maya learns to cut leather, thread needles, and polish sawls. Dian watches her with quiet amusement as she fumbles at first, but soon her confidence grows. They work side by side, laughing at mistakes, celebrating small victories. Maya pulls out her camera, but this time it's different. She's not chasing the perfect shot to impress thousands online. She's capturing moments, Dian's skilled hands shaping a sandal, the way the afternoon light spills across their workspace, their smiles as they share stories. "Why are you filming this?" Dian asks, curious. "Because this is real," Maya answers. "Not a highlight reel. This is what matters." Their days blend seamlessly, from early mornings crafting shoes to late afternoons walking through Bali's quiet villages, discovering hidden temples and secret waterfalls. Away from the digital noise and social expectations, their relationship blossoms naturally, filled with genuine connection, shared dreams, and easy companionship. Maya feels herself shedding old identities, the influencer, the perfect fiancé, and embracing the freedom to simply be. Dian's steady presence grounds her, while her passion for storytelling finds new purpose in celebrating authenticity. "Maybe this is what love looks like," Maya muses one evening as they watch the sunset paint the sky in shades of gold and pink. Dian smiles, reaching for her hand. "A world without labels. Just you and me, being." In this space, their hearts fit perfectly together, step by step, shoe by shoe. One humid afternoon, Dian's phone buzzes insistently. He steps outside the workshop, eyes narrowing at the caller ID. It's from Jakarta. He answers, his voice cautious but curious. Hello? Yes, this is Dian. On the other end, a polished voice from a major fashion house offers him a lucrative contract to mass-produce his unique shoe designs. The offer promises fame, financial security, and a chance to bring Balinese craftsmanship to the world stage. Dian's heart races. The opportunity feels like a dream come true, but the catch is clear. His work would have to be altered to fit mass production methods, sacrificing the handmade quality and personal touch that define his craft. He ends the call, stunned and conflicted. Later, he shares the news with Maya at the workshop, their hands resting on the rough wooden table between them. This could change everything, Dian admits, a hint of fear in his voice. But I'm scared of losing what makes my shoes special. Maya looks at him thoughtfully, then gently takes his hand. You have to follow your heart, Dian. If this means taking a risk, even if it means leaving Bali, you have to do what feels right for you. But what if I lose myself? He asks quietly. Then you find yourself again, Maya replies with a reassuring smile. No matter what happens, you won't be alone. Her words settle like a warm breeze, easing the knot of doubt in his chest. They spend the evening walking through Ubud's quiet streets, talking about dreams and fears, the delicate balance between growth and staying true to yourself. Dian realizes that whatever choice he makes, it has to come from his own soul, not from expectations or pressure. The scare shakes them both, but it also strengthens their bond, reminding them that love and integrity go hand in hand. Maya wakes up early, excitement buzzing beneath her calm exterior. For weeks, she's been quietly planning something special, an intimate exhibit dedicated solely to Dian's handcrafted shoes. Not just as products, but as works of art, each with its own story, soul, and journey. She reaches out to local galleries, artisans, and photographers, gathering support for the event. Her blog takes a back seat. This isn't about likes or followers anymore. It's about celebrating Dian's talent and the passion they share. The day of the exhibit arrives. The gallery space in Ubud is transformed into a cozy, inviting haven. Soft lighting casts gentle shadows on walls adorned with large, vibrant photographs Maya took, close-ups of Dian's hands shaping leather, barefoot children watching his craft, the sun setting over the rice terraces where inspiration strikes. Each pair of shoes is displayed with a handwritten note from Dian, explaining the meaning behind the design, the rare flower that inspired a sandal strap, the ancient weaving technique honored in a boot, the personal story that turned a simple shoe into a symbol of heritage. Maya watches from a quiet corner as guests arrive, local artists, tourists, and curious fashion enthusiasts. Everyone is captivated by the beauty and authenticity of Dian's work. Whispers of admiration ripple through the room. Dian, looking slightly overwhelmed but deeply moved, walks slowly from shoe to shoe, reading the notes, feeling the love poured into each detail. His eyes finally settle on Maya, who approaches him with a radiant smile. I didn't know you could do all this, Dian says, voice thick with emotion. It's more than I ever imagined. You're more than I imagined too, Maya replies softly, reaching out to tuck a stray lock of hair behind his ear. Time seems to pause. The crowd fades away as their eyes lock, the space between them charged with everything unspoken, the fears, the dreams, the quiet moments shared in the workshop. Without hesitation, Dian leans in and kisses Maya. It's gentle at first, a tender confirmation of feelings long brewing beneath the surface. Then it deepens, filled with promise and newfound hope. When they finally part, Dian's smile is shy but certain. This is a gift I never expected. It's just the beginning, Maya says, her heart full. That night, under the starry Balinese sky, They walk hand in hand through the village, knowing their journey, like Dian's shoes, will be handcrafted, unique, and perfectly imperfect. In the quiet early morning, the golden light spills across Dian's workshop. The air hums with possibility. Dian sits at his workbench, surrounded by leather scraps, tools, and sketches, but his mind is elsewhere, thinking about the future he wants to build. After days of reflection and heartfelt conversations with Maya, Dian makes a decision that feels both daunting and exhilarating. He gathers a small group of local youths in the village square. With passion in his voice, he announces his plan to open a community studio, a space where anyone eager can learn the art of shoemaking, preserving Balinese traditions while empowering others with a skill that honors craftsmanship and creativity. This studio won't just make shoes, Dian explains. It will build confidence, teach patience, and keep our culture alive. The community responds with enthusiastic applause. Faces light up with hope and curiosity. Meanwhile, Maya watches Dian's excitement grow and feels a stirring deep inside her. She realizes that her life can be about more than just fleeting trends and glamorous photo shoots. She sees the impact Dian's vision can have, not just on the village, but on her own soul. At night, as fireflies dance outside the workshop window, Maya opens her laptop and begins crafting a brand story, not for clicks, but to honor the people behind the craft. She writes about Dian's dedication, the community's spirit, and the magic in every handmade pair of shoes. This isn't a job, Maya tells Dian one evening as they walk through the village market. It's a purpose. I'm glad you're staying, Dian says, squeezing her hand gently. For the first time in years, Maya feels free, not defined by a city, a contract, or a social media persona, but by the connection she's found here. Together, they transform a small, once abandoned building into the vibrant community studio. Walls are painted with colorful murals depicting Balinese folklore. Workbenches are arranged in a welcoming circle. Tools are polished and ready. Word spreads, and soon, children and adults alike come through the doors, some curious, some eager, all ready to learn. Maya teaches storytelling workshops alongside Dian's shoemaking classes. She helps students capture their journeys through photos and words, creating a digital gallery that shares their growth with the wider world, honestly and without artifice. One afternoon, Maya pauses outside the studio, watching a group of young girls try on sandals they made themselves. Laughter bubbles through the air, pure and joyful. Dian stands nearby, watching her with a soft smile. Home isn't a place, he says quietly. It's a feeling. It's here. It's us. Maya leans into him, her heart full. Then I'm home. The studio becomes more than a business or a project. It's a symbol of love, hope, and the courage to follow one's heart. Months have passed since the community studio opened its doors, and the once small operation has blossomed into a vibrant brand known for authenticity, craftsmanship, and heart. Maya and Dian work side by side, she curating stories, managing communications, and building a loyal following. He designing and crafting each pair of shoes with care, preserving traditions and inspiring innovation together. They officially launched their brand under a name that reflects their journey, a perfect fit. The launch event is intimate but filled with warmth and genuine excitement. Local artisans, friends from the village, and a handful of industry insiders gather in the studio. Walls are lined with shoes and photographs, showcasing the love and dedication poured into each piece. Maya steps up to speak, her voice steady but full of emotion. This brand isn't about perfection or unattainable beauty. It's about finding your own fit, whether that's in shoes, in life, or in love. It's about connection, honesty, and embracing the imperfections that make us human. Applause ripples through the room, but Maya's eyes find Dian's, steady, proud, and full of unwavering support. Back online, Maya's social media presence undergoes a transformation. Gone are the heavily curated, flawless images. Instead, she shares candid moments, the workshop's early mornings, the laughs over spilled glue, the quiet concentration on a hand-stitched seam. Her followers respond with warmth and admiration. Comments pour in from people inspired by her openness and authenticity. Brands approach them not for staged endorsements, but to collaborate on projects aligned with their values. Dian's handcrafted shoes attract attention beyond Bali. Orders come in from around Indonesia and even overseas, but each pair remains a labor of love, carefully made without compromise. Maya and Dian balance the demands of growth with their commitment to quality and community. They attend trade shows, host workshops, and speak at sustainability forums, becoming respected voices in the fashion world, not as celebrities, but as passionate creators. Despite the busy schedule, Maya and Dian never lose sight of each other. They steal quiet moments, sharing coffee in the morning sun, walking barefoot along the rice fields, laughing over simple meals. Their love feels grounded, real, and unbreakable. One evening, as the sun sets over the Bali horizon, they sit side by side outside the studio. Dian slips his hand into Maya's. "We really are a perfect pair," he says softly. "Not because we're flawless," Maya replies with a smile, "but because we fit, shoe by shoe, step by step." They lean into each other, their hearts aligned, ready to face whatever the future holds together. The day of the ceremony dawns with a gentle breeze carrying the scent of frangipani and salt from the nearby ocean. The soft hum of waves blends with the distant sound of gamelan music drifting through the air. Maya wakes early in the cozy guest house she's made home, sunlight filtering through bamboo blinds. She gazes out at the lush Balinese landscape, a quiet smile touching her lips. Today isn't just any day. It's the day she'll officially bind her life to Dian's, in the presence of the community that shaped their journey. The ceremony takes place on a secluded beach framed by towering palms and golden sands that sparkle in the afternoon light. White fabric drapes flutter gently over a simple arch woven from tropical flowers and greenery, hand-picked by local artisans who've become like family. Friends, family, and villagers gather in a semicircle, their faces radiant with joy and pride. Children giggle as they scatter flower petals along the aisle, while elders watch with approving smiles. Dian stands at the altar, barefoot and dressed in a traditional Balinese outfit, a crisp white shirt and sarong with intricate patterns, accented by a handmade leather bracelet crafted by Maya herself. His eyes shine with a mixture of nerves and happiness as he watches the path where Maya will appear. Maya walks slowly down the aisle, her bare feet sinking slightly into the warm sand. She wears a simple but elegant dress made of natural fibers, designed by Dian's community studio, symbolizing the beautiful blend of tradition and modernity they've created together. Her hair is adorned with fresh jasmine blossoms, and in her hands, she holds a small bouquet of wildflowers gathered from the hills around Ubud. Every detail is personal, meaningful, and perfectly imperfect, just like their love. As Maya reaches Dian, their eyes meet, and the world seems to fall away. The officiant, a respected village elder, begins the ceremony in soft Balinese, weaving blessings for love, harmony, and lifelong partnership. When it comes time to exchange rings, Maya and Dian present each other with handcrafted bands made from woven leather and delicate threads of gold, a symbol of their bond forged through patience, creativity, and mutual respect. Maya slips the ring onto Dian's finger with a tenderness that speaks volumes. "I finally found the perfect fit," she whispers, her voice trembling with emotion. Dian smiles, pulling her close. "And I found mine," he replies softly. The ceremony concludes with a heartfelt toast. Friends raise glasses filled with freshly squeezed tropical juices and homemade cocktails, celebrating not only a wedding but the fusion of two lives, two dreams, and two cultures. Laughter and music fill the air as the sun dips below the horizon, painting the sky with fiery hues of orange, pink, and purple. Later, as the stars emerge and lanterns float gently on the ocean breeze, Maya and Dian share a quiet moment on the beach. She leans her head on his shoulder, feeling a profound peace she never thought possible. "This isn't just a beginning," Maya says softly, "it's everything I've been searching for." Dian kisses her forehead. "Together, we'll walk every step, shoe by shoe, heart by heart." Their fingers intertwine as the waves kiss the shore, a perfect rhythm, a perfect fit, and a perfect forever.
The Stories book is a captivating collection of tales that traverse diverse genres and emotions, spanning the realms of fantasy, science fiction, romance, and mystery. Each narrative is a journey into the unexpected, weaving intricate plots and compelling characters. With a skillful blend of vivid imagery and thought-provoking themes, this anthology invites readers to explore the depths of imagination and discover the universal threads that connect us all. From heartwarming moments to spine. We hope you enjoyed these captivating video stories. Be sure to subscribe to our channel for more heartwarming content like this. Thanks for watching and keep spreading the video story.